Good morning everyone, I am Dozie. In this tutorial I'll be showing you how to design a button with color replaying effects. It's nothing much, but by the time you're done with it, our CSS skill would have been improved. But before we go further, let's demo what we will do and see how the button will be when we're done. So this is it. We'll be adding these color effects to it, which will be rippling around it, and by the time you're done, our skill should have been improved. So let's cancel this. The first thing we're going to do is to create a folder on our home page, on our home screen. I'll call this folder, you can choose to call it anything you want, but I'll call it button. Then we run this folder with VS Code. Right here I'm using VS Code. You can use any code editor of your choice. You click on File, click on Open Folder, click on Desktop, scroll down to look for the folder you created, select Button, then select Folder. Right here, let's start with creating our HTML file. So click on index.html. Let's also create our CSS file right now. Style.css. Okay, click on our HTML file, then hold down Shift, then 1 and enter. We'll modify this title to colorful button. At next those. Okay, we'll be writing a few lines of HTML code, just one line really, just button, then give this button a class of btn, and in between these button tags over here, you can type in anything of your choice. I'll be typing in next those here. Before we head over to our CSS file to style it, let us link our CSS to the HTML. So come in between this head tag here, type out link, and style.css. That's good. Okay, the first thing we are going to be doing is to set the background for our work. Let's start with HTML body. Give this display flex. Justify content. Let's set it to center. Align items. Let's also set it to center. Okay, I have a special background color that I'll be using for this. You can use any of your choice, but the background color I'll be using for this, the color code is RGB 88 117 and 117. Then transform scale, we'll set this to 1.5 sec. Okay, let's run this on live server and see what we've done so far. Good, this is it. Okay, I'll put this side by side so to enable us have two view of what we're doing. Go back to our CSS file. Let's start styling the CSS. So this button over here in this HTML file, copy this button, come over to the CSS file and paste it. We'll give this a margin top of, let's give it a margin top of 220px. And you can see this next those button over here has gone down. a padding. Let's give it a padding of 15px and 30px. Let's give it a cursor. Make the cursor pointer. So when we hover on this, the cursor will be changed from this to this. You understand? Border. Make the border none. Position. Let's make the position relative. That's what we're going to be doing now. Let's give it a border radius of 12px. Then the background color, we'll be using the same background color we used for this background with just a slightly little difference. So the color code for this will be 96, 124 and 124. Good. So come on over here, paste the button we copied that time, the btn. Before we do this, come over here, let's add this After Effects. Contents. Set the content to, let's leave it blank. The Z index, set it to -1. Position, let's make the position absolute. That should be it. Height, give it a height of 100%. Give it a width of also 100%. Left, we set the left to 0. Also set the top to 0. And border radius, you might not be seeing what we're doing right now, but when we're done, you see what we're doing. We're actually creating another kind of button that will enable the rippling effects. Border radius for this 12px. Good. Okay. You remember the color I showed you that was rippling around this button over here? Let's take care of that one now. So do the same thing. btn before, set this content to the same. Let's leave it blank. Background. Okay, I have some special colors here. You can either choose any color of your choice, but these are the colors I'll be using. Firstly, give this a degree of 50 dig, and over to this place, green, yellow, red, orange, tomato. Okay, remove this A. Pink, blue, aqua. Okay, so when we're done with that, come over here, enter. Let's style this, give it a position of absolute. Top, let's make the top -2px. The left, the same thing, also -2px. Background size, Make the background size 600%. Z index -1. Okay, height. This one is a little bit special. Just what I do here. Give the height of calc, then 100% plus 4px. Width. Do the same thing for the width. 100% plus 4px. Okay, then filter. So this filter to blur, and inside the blur, passing 6px. Transition. Set this to opacity 0.36. Ease in and out. Set the border radius to, let's set it to 9px. Opacity 1. Okay, leave a space here because we will come back to this. But before we come back to that, let's write a few lines of code allow here, and this will give it the replaying effect. When we're done with this code we're about to write down here, the replaying effect should have started by then. Okay, right here now we start with act keyframes. Glowing. If this is 0%, then in the curly brackets pass background position. Set the background position to 0 and 0, 0 and 0. Copy this and paste it in 3 places. So modify this, make this one 50% over here. Pass this percentage over here to 400. Now add the percent sign. Make this one 100%. And there is it. Okay, we are done with these lines of code. Come over to this space we left earlier. Add an animation. Set the animation to glowing 20 seconds. Linear infinity, so it doesn't stop. That is it. I think we are missing something. Yes, let's turn this text to white so it will look better. So just scroll over to this btn over here, set the color to white. As you can see, we are done with the code. Like I told you earlier, it was nothing much, but at least our CSS skill would have been improved by now. This is the code. This is the button with the color replaying effect. If you like the video, consider giving it a like, a share, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.